Welcome to Science of Voice. Today, we're delving into the world of psychology, exploring a perspective that places emphasis on the human experience, personal growth, and the innate desire for self-actualization. This is the realm of humanistic psychology. Imagine a field of psychology that sees individuals not just as subjects to be studied, but as unique beings with the potential for extraordinary personal development. Humanistic psychology, which emerged in the mid-20th century, takes a holistic approach, seeking to understand the complexities of human consciousness, emotions, and motivations. In this video, we'll journey through the historical roots of humanistic psychology, meet its key architects, and unravel the fundamental concepts that define this perspective. From therapeutic approaches to critiques, we'll explore the impact of humanistic psychology on both the field of psychology and our broader society. So, if you're ready to explore the depths of the human experience and uncover the principles that guide personal growth, join us on this exploration of humanistic psychology. The roots of humanistic psychology can be traced back to the mid-20th century, a time marked by significant shifts in societal values, cultural attitudes, and philosophical perspectives. As we embark on this historical journey, it's crucial to understand the backdrop against which humanistic psychology emerged. The aftermath of World War II left an indelible mark on the global psyche. The horrors of war, coupled with the rise of totalitarian regimes, prompted a collective reevaluation of human nature and the potential for both good and evil within individuals. The need for a more optimistic and human-centered approach to understanding the human mind became increasingly evident. Parallel to these post-war reflections, existentialism and phenomenology, philosophical movements rooted in the exploration of human existence and consciousness gained prominence. Existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus delved into questions of personal responsibility, freedom, and the search for meaning, themes that would later resonate deeply with humanistic psychology. Phenomenology, as developed by philosophers like Edmund Husserl and Maurice Merleau-Ponty, emphasized the study of conscious experience from the first-person perspective. This focus on subjective experience laid a philosophical foundation for humanistic psychology's commitment to understanding the richness of individual perceptions and emotions. The dominant psychological paradigms of the time, behaviorism and psychoanalysis, focused on observable behaviors and unconscious drives, respectively. However, many psychologists found these approaches limiting in capturing the full spectrum of human experience. Humanistic psychology emerged as a rebellion against the determinism of behaviorism and the perceived reductionism of psychoanalysis. Advocates of this new perspective sought to shift the focus from pathology and external influences to the exploration of human potential, personal agency, and the subjective aspects of life. The term humanistic psychology was coined by psychologist Carl Rogers in 1956, marking the formal recognition of this emerging perspective. Abraham Maslow, another key figure, introduced the concept of a hierarchy of needs, outlining the stages individuals go through in their quest for self-actualization. The publication of Maslow's Motivation and Personality in 1954 and Rogers' client-centered therapy in 1951 were pivotal in establishing the foundations of humanistic psychology. These works laid out the principles that would guide humanistic approaches to therapy and the understanding of human behavior. The cultural landscape of the 1960s and 1970s further propelled the growth of humanistic psychology. The counterculture movement, with its emphasis on individualism, self-expression, and nonconformity, resonated with the humanistic ideals of personal growth and authenticity. Humanistic psychology also found resonance in the civil rights movement and feminist movements, aligning with their calls for individual empowerment, equality, and the recognition of diverse human experiences. While initially considered a radical departure from mainstream psychology, humanistic psychology gradually found acceptance. The American Association for Humanistic Psychology, founded in 1963, played a crucial role in fostering dialogue, research, and the integration of humanistic principles into academic and clinical settings. Today, Elements of humanistic psychology have permeated various branches of psychology, contributing to a more holistic and person-centered approach in areas such as counseling, education, and organizational psychology. In conclusion, the historical roots of humanistic psychology are intertwined with the post-war zeitgeist, existentialist philosophy, and a desire to move beyond the confines of behaviorism and psychoanalysis. As we continue our exploration, we'll delve deeper into the key concepts and practical applications that define this unique psychological perspective. Humanistic psychology is characterized by a set of key concepts that distinguish it from other psychological perspectives. These concepts emphasize the subjective, personal, and holistic nature of human experience. Let's explore these fundamental ideas. At the core of humanistic psychology is the concept of self-actualization, introduced by Abraham Maslow. Self-actualization is the innate human drive to fulfill one's potential, to become the most that one can be. It involves personal growth, creativity, and the pursuit of meaning in life. Maslow proposed a hierarchy of needs, a pyramid-shaped model that organizes human needs into 5 levels. From basic physiological needs, such as food and shelter, to higher-level needs like self-esteem and self-actualization. This framework illustrates the progression of human motivation. Developed by Carl Rogers, the person-centered approach forms the basis of humanistic therapy. It emphasizes the therapist's empathetic understanding, unconditional positive regard, and genuine authenticity in creating a supportive and non-judgmental therapeutic environment. This approach fosters the client's self-exploration and personal growth. Rogers described the ideal psychological state as the fully functioning person. This is an individual who is open to experience, lives in the moment, trusts their feelings, and acts in ways that are in line with their self-concept. Becoming a fully functioning person involves ongoing self-discovery and authenticity. Humanistic psychology places a strong emphasis on subjective experience, the unique, internal world of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Unlike behaviorism, which focuses on observable behavior, humanistic psychologists believe that understanding the individual requires exploring their subjective reality. Humanistic psychology emphasizes personal responsibility for one's choices and actions. Individuals are seen as active agents in shaping their lives, making decisions, and taking responsibility for the consequences of those decisions. This concept aligns with the humanistic belief in autonomy and free will. Humanistic psychology takes a holistic approach, considering the person as a whole rather than reducing them to isolated behaviors or unconscious drives. This holistic perspective recognizes the interconnectedness of various aspects of human experience, including thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and social context. While not exclusively tied to humanistic psychology, the field aligns with the positive psychology movement, which focuses on promoting human strengths, well-being, and the enhancement of life. Positive psychology explores factors that contribute to a fulfilling life, emphasizing aspects such as gratitude, resilience, and positive relationships. Being true to oneself and living authentically is a central theme in humanistic thought. Authenticity involves self-awareness, honest self-expression, and alignment between one's actions and core values. It is seen as essential for personal growth and well-being. In the context of therapeutic relationships, unconditional positive regard is a key concept from Rogers' person-centered approach. It involves accepting and respecting the client without judgment, regardless of their thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. This unconditional acceptance creates a safe space for self-exploration and change. These key concepts collectively form the foundation of humanistic psychology, shaping its approach to understanding and facilitating human growth, well-being, and self-discovery. As we explore these concepts further, we'll see how they are applied in therapeutic settings and contribute to a broader understanding of the human experience. Humanistic psychology has significantly influenced therapeutic practices, introducing approaches that prioritize the individual's subjective experience, self-actualization, and personal growth. Two prominent therapeutic models associated with humanistic psychology are person-centered therapy developed by Carl Rogers, and existential therapy. Let's delve into these approaches. The therapist offers complete acceptance and non-judgmental support for the client, creating a safe space for exploration. The therapist strives to understand the client's experience from their perspective, demonstrating empathetic listening and reflection. The therapist is genuine and authentic, openly sharing their own feelings and reactions. Person-centered therapy focuses on the client's present experiences, emphasizing self-exploration and self-acceptance. The therapist facilitates the client's journey towards self-discovery, self-actualization, and a more authentic life. The primary goal is to help the client develop a stronger sense of self, explore their feelings, and move toward becoming a fully functioning person. The therapeutic relationship itself is considered a catalyst for positive change. Emphasizes the individual's freedom to make choices and take responsibility for those choices. Existential anxiety. Acknowledges the inherent anxiety that arises from the awareness of one's mortality, freedom, and the search for meaning. Encourages clients to confront their existential concerns authentically and make choices in alignment with their values. Existential therapy explores existential concerns such as meaning, purpose, and freedom, helping clients confront and navigate these issues. It often involves philosophical discussions and reflections on the client's life choices. Facilitate a deeper understanding of life's meaning and purpose. Help clients make authentic choices aligned with their values, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Emphasizes the importance of being present in the current moment and exploring immediate experiences. Views individuals as integrated wholes, considering the mind, body, and emotions in the therapeutic process. Encourages clients to become more aware of their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Gestalt therapy uses experiential techniques and role-playing to help clients gain insight into their emotions and behaviors. The therapist guides clients to take responsibility for their actions and make choices that enhance their well-being. Increase self-awareness and integration of the individual's fragmented experiences. Promote personal responsibility and empower clients to live authentically. These therapeutic approaches share a common thread. They all aim to foster self-awareness, personal growth, and a deeper understanding of the individual's unique subjective experience. While each approach has its distinctive methods, the overarching goal remains to facilitate the client's journey toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. In the realm of humanistic psychology, these therapeutic models continue to impact counseling and psychotherapy, offering alternatives to more traditional pathology-focused approaches. While humanistic psychology has made significant contributions to the understanding of human experience and personal growth, it is not without its critiques and limitations. It's important to acknowledge these aspects to have a balanced perspective on the strengths and weaknesses of this psychological approach. One common critique is the perceived lack of empirical evidence supporting the effectiveness of humanistic therapies. Critics argue that the qualitative and subjective nature of humanistic research makes it challenging to apply rigorous scientific methods, leading to skepticism about the validity of the approach. Humanistic psychology places a strong emphasis on subjective experience, which some critics argue may compromise objectivity. The focus on individual narratives and personal perspectives may be seen as less reliable and generalizable compared to more objective and quantifiable approaches. Humanistic psychology is criticized for its optimistic view of human nature, which some argue may downplay the darker aspects of human experience, such as psychopathology and maladaptive behaviors. Critics suggest that an exclusive focus on positive aspects might neglect crucial elements of mental health. Critics contend that humanistic theories and therapeutic practices may carry a Western cultural bias, as they emerged primarily in Western societies. The emphasis on individualism and self-actualization may not be universally applicable or resonate with individuals from cultures that prioritize collective values. Some critics argue that humanistic theories, while offering valuable insights, provide limited practical guidance for addressing specific psychological issues or disorders. The emphasis on self-exploration and personal growth may be perceived as insufficient for individuals requiring structured interventions for specific problems. Quantifying and measuring constructs like self-actualization or personal growth, central to humanistic psychology, can be challenging. Critics argue that the lack of clear, measurable indicators makes it difficult to assess the success or failure of therapeutic interventions based on humanistic principles. Humanistic psychology is often criticized for placing less emphasis on social and cultural determinants of behavior. Critics argue that the individualistic focus may neglect the impact of systemic factors, societal structures, and cultural influences on an individual's psychological well-being. Humanistic therapies, especially person-centered therapy, heavily rely on verbal communication. This may pose challenges for individuals who express themselves more effectively through nonverbal means, or for those who have difficulty articulating their feelings and experiences. The emphasis on self-exploration and personal autonomy might be critiqued for potentially fostering self-indulgence or self-centeredness in some individuals, potentially neglecting the importance of social and interpersonal relationships. Humanistic approaches may be criticized for their limited applicability in severe mental health cases, where more structured and directive therapies may be deemed necessary. Critics argue that the non-directive nature of person-centered therapy, for example, may not be suitable for individuals with acute psychiatric conditions. It's important to note that these critiques do not dismiss the value of humanistic psychology, but rather highlight areas where the approach may face challenges or where further refinement and integration with other perspectives might be beneficial. As with any psychological framework, a nuanced and flexible approach that considers the individual's unique needs and the context of their experiences is essential. Humanistic psychology has had a profound impact on both the field of psychology and broader societal attitudes toward mental health. Here are some key ways in which this perspective has influenced and shaped psychology and society. Humanistic psychology brought about a significant shift in the focus of psychological inquiry. It redirected attention from pathology and dysfunction to the exploration of human potential, personal growth, and the enhancement of well-being. This shift contributed to a more positive and holistic understanding of the human experience. The humanistic approach, particularly person-centered therapy and existential therapy, has significantly influenced therapeutic practices. The emphasis on empathy, unconditional positive regard, and the importance of the therapeutic relationship has shaped how therapists approach their clients. These principles have been integrated into various therapeutic modalities. The principles of humanistic psychology align closely with the positive psychology movement, which focuses on strengths, virtues, and factors that contribute to a fulfilling life. Positive psychology has become a prominent subfield, emphasizing the importance of subjective well-being, positive emotions, and human flourishing. Humanistic principles have influenced educational practices by emphasizing learner-centered approaches. The idea that education should foster the holistic development of individuals, recognizing their unique needs and potentials, has led to the implementation of more student-centered and experiential learning methods. Humanistic ideas have permeated self-help and personal development movements. Concepts such as self-actualization, personal responsibility, and authenticity are frequently featured in literature, workshops, and programs aimed at personal growth and fulfillment. The humanistic perspective resonated with cultural and social movements of the 1960s and 1970s, including the counterculture, civil rights, and feminist movements. The emphasis on individualism, self-expression, and personal empowerment aligned with the values of these movements, influencing societal attitudes toward autonomy and equality. Humanistic principles have influenced organizational psychology by promoting a more humane and participative approach to leadership and management. Concepts such as employee autonomy, meaningful work, and the importance of interpersonal relationships have been integrated into theories of organizational behavior. Humanistic psychology's emphasis on being present and aware has influenced the popularity of mindfulness practices. The integration of mindfulness into therapeutic interventions, as well as its adoption in mainstream contexts, reflects a broader societal recognition of the importance of self-awareness and mental well-being. Humanistic values and concepts have permeated popular culture, influencing literature, films, and media. Themes related to self-discovery, personal growth, and the search for meaning often draw on humanistic ideas, contributing to a broader cultural awareness of these concepts. Humanistic psychology has contributed to cross-cultural psychology by highlighting the cultural diversity in human experiences. It encourages an appreciation for different cultural perspectives on well-being, self-fulfillment, and the pursuit of a meaningful life. In summary, humanistic psychology has left an enduring mark on the landscape of psychology and has contributed to shaping societal attitudes toward mental health, personal growth, and the nature of human existence. While not without its critiques, its positive influence continues to be felt in various domains, reflecting a lasting impact on how individuals, therapists, educators, and organizations approach the complexities of human life. As we conclude our exploration into humanistic psychology, we find ourselves immersed in a perspective that has reshaped the landscape of psychological inquiry and left an indelible mark on the way we understand the human experience. From its roots in post-World War II reflections to its influence on contemporary therapeutic practices and societal attitudes, humanistic psychology stands as a testament to the power of exploring the depths of human consciousness. Throughout this journey, we've encountered key concepts that invite us to delve into the richness of subjective experience. Concepts such as self-actualization, the hierarchy of needs, and the person-centered approach. These ideas not only guide therapeutic practices, but also extend their influence into education, organizational behavior, and even popular culture. The impact of humanistic psychology is not confined to the realms of academia and therapy rooms. It resonates with individuals seeking personal growth, educators fostering student development, and leaders shaping more humane and inclusive organizational environments. The principles of empathy, authenticity, and the pursuit of meaning have woven themselves into the fabric of our collective understanding of what it means to be human. However, as with any perspective, humanistic psychology is not without its critiques. Questions regarding empirical evidence, cultural bias, and the practical application of its principles have sparked ongoing discussions within the field. Yet, these critiques do not diminish the significance of the humanistic ideals, but rather prompt a continued refinement and integration of these principles with a broader understanding of psychology. As we navigate the complexities of the human psyche, the legacy of humanistic psychology invites us to appreciate the beauty of individuality, to foster environments that nurture personal growth, and to recognize the profound impact of positive, empathetic relationships. Whether we explore the therapeutic journey of self-discovery or the application of humanistic values in diverse societal contexts, we find a resilient and enduring influence that continues to shape our understanding of what it means to live authentically. In closing, humanistic psychology beckons us to embark on a journey, one that transcends the confines of rigid theories and embraces the boundless potential within each individual. As we navigate the intricate landscapes of our own lives, let us carry with us the lessons of humanistic psychology, a reminder that, in the pursuit of understanding, empathy, and self-actualization, we unlock the doors to a more meaningful and fulfilling existence.